That is a stupid metric. If that is true, then Elon is sabotaging the company. True, they're competing with so they might not want to actually help Elon Musk make money. Damn, the checkmark it's just gonna be worthless now. It's gonna be absolutely worthless. No way, I hadn't seen that. Oh shit. Dude, 15K for a blue checkmark? Are you guys for real?
Logically be kind of skeptical of that.
The new paid check marks seem to be working exactly how we all expected. Are making like fake LeBron James and fake Adam Schefter accounts and then doing fake news. Oh no. The check mark, it's just gonna be worthless now. It's gonna be absolutely worthless. All Elon Musk had to do, he was like so close to not f***ing it up. All he had to do was have like leave the check mark as is and have it be some other symbol like Twitter Plus or whatever the f***. Okay? Like Twitter Plus or whatever. Leave it at that. Being able to change your profile name with the checkmark without revalidation is the issue. Yeah, that as well. Ethen Klein got banned off Twitter because he impersonated Elon Musk. I'm not going to defend Ethen on that one, okay? Ethen broke TOS. It's a detail, but it's an important one. Twitter TOS impersonation. Blah, blah, blah. Accounts are less likely to violate this policy if the profile contains context that indicates the account is not affiliated with the subject in the profile image, as with parody, commentary, or fan accounts. He did not put the parody thing in his like account name, okay? There's a lot of stuff Elon f***ed up here, and this is not one of them. Like, Ethen Klein deserved that ban. What Elon did f*** up was, have you seen the reports about people who blocked Elon unblocked? Elon Musk unblocks himself from people who blocked him on Twitter. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing? What goes on through your mind where you think it's justified to like unblock your account? The fucking picture. Yes. Let people have their agency and who they want to block, who they don't want to block, who they want to interact with. It's so bad that I need to actually point that out. That like, hey, let people have their agency and how they use their social media. So fucking stupid. There's a lot of speculation concerning the layoffs, that the layoffs are going to lead to an absolute shit show on the technical side behind Twitter, with fears that he's basically lose all the expertise in the company, lose all the like senior employees who actually know how shit works. Is the same mind firing half of the staff before hiring them again because they were before finally hiring them again because they're actually important. We will see, but it's rough, right? There is a point where you can argue for like leanness and optimizing the company with having like slimming down Twitter, etc. I get that. I'm willing to go devil's advocate on it. The people who are crying wolf, who are crying like, Elon's going to destroy Twitter just because of that, that's a bit stupid. Now, where it becomes less stupid, but it's hard to tell what is true, what isn't, is all the reports talking about how Elon allegedly used, for example, total lines of code published as a metric as to which engineers should be laid off or not. That is a terrible metric. That is a stupid fucking metric. If that is true, then Elon is sabotaging the company. But is it true? You can tweet any dumb thing about Elon doing something stupid, and it's gonna get echo boosted the fuck out of. People have this huge hate boner right now about Elon, and some of it is for good reasons, but a lot of it is fucking reactionary and makes me cringe as well. I actually want to be reactionary to that. I want to be like, fuck that, okay? It's not going to destroy anything. Twitter is going to survive. Twitter is going to do fine. A lot of people are going to get laid off, and the people who are still there are going to pick up the slack, and that's going to be it. That's going to be it. It's not going to be a catastrophe. Twitter is not going to die. Elon's going to make money. Boom. I support Elon Musk's mission to make Twitter more inclusive towards the centrists, aka normal people. That's not his mission. It's to make Twitter more inclusive to conservatives. I think it's disingenuous to say it's about centrists. Did you read the article that Elon is asking employees to work 80-hour work weeks? Yeah, I saw that. Elon and worker rights, you know, that's a classic pair.
It's spam accounts and real users on the platform that kind of rhetoric, would be to claim that Twitter misrepresented material conditions, thereby invalidating his original offer as a result of their actions. That is precisely what he did. My secondary prediction was that the court case filed for that explicit reason would be settled in private, out of court, and the parties would go their separate ways, but that's where I turned out to be completely wrong. From the outside looking in, it was pretty clear what most likely happened, and far from my own gut instinct on this, it appears that Twitter was successful in ramming this wildly inflated deal down the billionaire's throat. Elon Musk, after numerous different arguments in court, claimed that Twitter was making the deal impossible or stopping him from having all the information, when in reality
Right. He was claiming that the amount of bots inflated the user metrics, inflated the price of Twitter. Which, to be fair, like all social media does that. All social media basks in the light and clout of millions of bot accounts to inflate their users. It is bad. I think that's the outcome, that it's more inclusive to conservatives, but Elon's mission is more about not giving extremists a voice on a platform. No, it's not. Elon's mission originally was about actually giving everyone a voice on the platform, including extremists. He literally like called himself a free speech absolutist. And obviously that's not what he's actually going to do. He's not going to remove all moderation from Twitter. No, Elon's mission is to bring back comedy. I'm on the other side of this somewhat. I personally like the idea that notable people are still reached out to be given check marks, but that your average individual, if they want to be verified, subsidize the service for the company to do that verification. If you want to hold up certain accounts in a different way, then come up with a different way of doing so. I agree. That's a very reasonable take, Sign. I fully agree with that. I just think that if you get the check mark automatically when you pay for it, it shouldn't be the check mark. It should be something other than verification. And if you pay for verification, it should be actual verification. It shouldn't be like you pay for it and you get it. It should be you pay for it and then you get verified. And then if the verification passes, you get it.
One indication of corruption we do have is that Elon Musk has now openly acknowledged, even validated a theory and accusation that Twitter employees were selling verification badges for upwards of $15,000 apiece. In no uncertain terms, Elon Musk agreed that this was in fact the case, publicly as the now private owner of the company, meaning that by any realistic definition, we have no actual grounds to doubt that it's true. If a major tech company CEO or owner says, no, the company I run did not do this obviously unethical or corrupt thing.
No way! I hadn't seen that! Oh, shit! Dude, 15K for a fucking blue check mark? Are you guys for real?
Entire teams fired. On a worldwide scale, the company was put through mass layoffs that decreased the workforce by something like 50%. Some individual departments were targeted more than others.
So something that's important to note with the workforce reductions, if you start firing 50% of your workforce, you're going to get a lot of people quitting as well. Okay, you don't just lose 50% of the workforce. You're losing 55, 60, maybe even 70% of the workforce. You're not just losing the 50% you're firing. Other people are going to see the writing on the wall. They're going to see like, oh shit, I'm going to have to do the work for like 2 people now. I can just go work elsewhere. I can go work elsewhere. I have a great CV. I've worked for Twitter for like 4 years. Fuck this shit. I'm out of here.
One of the most affected areas, there was content moderation, trust and safety, sales, advertising, human rights, ethics.
Hey, what could go wrong with firing content moderation on a social media platform? Who needs moderation on the internet? People don't lie. People act very nicely on the internet. Why would you need moderators?
Does this matter? Well, it matters because during all of this, mass layoffs, advertiser pressure from activist organizations, executives being fired for cause, and an open statement by the new owner that the company has been selling verified badges in a pseudo-black market of corruption, Twitter's fact-checking or context tool called Birdwatch, for the first time in history, fact-checked the Biden administration on their official White House profile. Effectively, the White House account misrepresented material facts and falsely claimed credit for some—
Oh shit, seniors are getting the biggest increase in their social security checks in 10 years through President Biden's leadership. But it's actually a Nixon law from 1972. Damn.
Something they did not do. And when accurately criticized for this lie, they deleted the tweet. That is not a small thing. Think about it. The White House lied, pretended that Biden had done something he had nothing to do with, got called out by a platform that had never before scrutinized their statements, and then deleted the claim. The White House did that. We live in a circus. However, it doesn't stop there. Right around the same time, while discussing a massive drop in revenue from activist organizations pressuring advertisers, while nothing had changed for content moderation, Elon Musk himself was fact-checked by the same tool. Remember, just one day prior, even Bloomberg had reported that
yeah, I remember this. I've seen this live.
Defamation League, as well as Accountable Tech, were now deliberately ramping up pressure on advertisers to get them to pull back ads. What Elon Musk said in that tweet is objectively true, and yet he was fact-checked, the owner of the platform, remember that, by the same tool that was now inexplicably, in defiance of its entire history till that point, also fact-checking the White House. Twitter's content moderation, up till now with a cohesive, unassailable, and one-sided political ideology, as admitted by their prior CEO, because the opposition was too afraid to even speak about their opinions at the company, is in absolute chaos. Still, a lot of this is widely reported and perhaps uninteresting for those who want to hear about.
So basically, Elon said that activists were killing their advertisement revenue, which there is some nuance to that too. Like this guy's like full on the Anti-Defamation League was calling for advertisers to pull out and all that kind of stuff. So Elon Musk tweeted, activism advertisers. Let's go back to the original one. The original. Twitter has had a massive drop in revenue due to activist groups pressuring advertisers. Activist groups absolutely have pressured advertisers, but there is another like important level of nuance. So the way Twitter sells advertising is a lot of it is upfront. Year over year, they have this like, for lack of a better word, I'll call it a festival, conference, whatever. They meet with advertisers. And they sell advertisement for the rest of the year. And that will be like, if I recall correctly, that's like 20 to 30% of their revenue, and it comes up front. Right now, they have almost zero of that. And I need to play devil's advocate on this. I think a lot of the advertisers are not pulling out because of activist groups. They're pulling out because of what a shit show is happening. And they are worried about their advertisement going through correctly. They're waiting to see if Elon's going to be able to manage Twitter correctly. It's a huge time of upheaval. The timing is really unfortunate for Twitter, and they like don't want to get sucked into a contract that will that'll engage like millions, if not billions, of dollars for an entire year, lock him in when they don't know if they'll actually get the return on investment there. It's really disingenuous to claim that this is because of activists. And you're saying the video covers that, okay?
They're less covered, so let's go down that road for a little bit. First of all, Twitter is now asking some of the fired workers to please come back. Turns out they may have had platform-critical information they never passed on, and the mass layoffs hit so fast and so hard they weren't even able to do it. But this level of chaos has side effects. It is just objectively true here that there are dozens of activist organizations trying to ruin Twitter's advertising structure. But why does it matter? Short answer, money, obviously, but not in the way that many people might think. Remember, Twitter isn't worth $44 billion, not according to Musk, not according to his investors, not even according to the overinflated stock market in advance of the purchase itself. But that's the price tag it got. Here's the thing. With that price tag came various struggles. To finance this deal, Elon Musk saddled the company itself with roughly $13 billion in debt, which created debt servicing, as per the current interest rate, of nearly $1 billion per year. With a B, $1 billion. That would be fine, maybe, if Twitter wasn't all the fuck over the place with their profit and losses. Annualized, their best year ever was 2019, with a profit of $1.4 billion. Most other years were losses, right before COVID hit, and then they started to hemorrhage money. That best year in history for them would lose roughly $1 billion if it were replicated right now for 2023, which, what do you think the odds of that are? Simply because of debt servicing, which would be interest payments on the $13 billion, not even paying down the principal. Elon Musk took a company that was already...
You're dumping $44 billion in the company that struggles to actually turn a profit. It's fucking insanity. What's wrong with you?
Already overvalued according to every visible and basic metric, and dug it $1 billion annual hole to climb out of while throwing it into chaos in the process. Can he do it? I don't know, but it's a lot more complicated than some people seem to think. Still, let's go deeper. Activist organizations are absolutely pressuring advertisers to pull out of the platform, but the real history of this advertiser exodus goes back much further. There is this convention, I guess, or event called New Fronts, put on by the IAB, and the IAB...
Oh, New Fronts, that's the name. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Nako. Yeah, New Fronts is the convention where they sell all the advertisement up front.
As the Interactive Advertising Bureau, is an organization that works with pretty much every single major brand you can think of. Once a year at this New Fronts event, advertisers, platforms, brands, and other major companies all meet discussing the coming year, and oftentimes securing contracts worth hundreds of millions of dollars. We can see right here that Twitter is a fairly substantial member of this conference, putting on their own presentation and basically participating in the ecosystem it facilitates. Well, according to some sources in the room, that presentation failed this year. Not just failed, it utterly bombed and fell apart under chaotic pressure and swirling questions about Elon Musk's pending takeover that hadn't even happened yet at the time.
Yeah, this doesn't have to do with activism. They weren't able, allegedly, they weren't able to answer normal client questions about how Twitter is going to work for their advertisement.
This is where it gets dicey, because if that were to be true, and I can't verify it myself, I wasn't in the room, but I think I do trust the sources that I've talked to and that I've seen. If Twitter had bombed at this convention and failed to secure hundreds of millions of dollars in advertising they would normally have snapped up under any normal circumstance, that would mean that they are entering a chaotic period of mass layoffs, decreased productivity, lower advertising, and nearly $1 billion in spontaneous debt servicing all at the same time. That right there is a death spiral. Still though, not done. It turns out that regardless of specifically why or how, many major companies have pulled advertising from Twitter in response to Elon Musk's takeover, including United Airlines, Pfizer, or General Motors. But there's a hidden factor that a lot of people may have missed. The advertiser exodus is based on two distinctly separate events that happen to align almost precisely in time frame, and one of them is much more talked about than the other. In September of 2022, directly before this takeover, major companies began to suspend Twitter advertising because of a child abuse scandal on the platform. Ads were being shown next to objectionable content, is what they call it, but it was really, really scary stuff. And a hefty list of major advertisers began to...
More than 30 corporations have removed or suspended advertisements on Twitter after the promoted content appeared alongside tweets soliciting child exploitation material. Oh no, that's why they fucking bombed the ad sale.
Pull support from the platform, even in late September, for isolated reasons. Now, if we
Oh no. Some of tweets include keywords related to rape and teens and appeared alongside promoted tweets from corporate advertisers. Jesus.
And a hefty list of major advertisers began to pull support from the platform, even in late September, for isolated reasons. Now, if we combine this with a separate list of advertisers...
Oh, wait, no, I'm misunderstanding. Those aren't tweets that are advocating for child abuse. Those are tweets talking about child abuse. But obviously advertisers hate that shit, even if it's just discussing it. So it's yeah, which is fucking stupid, by the way. The advertiser approach of not being able to handle your tweet being near a sensitive subject is I understand it, but it's fucking infuriating. Anyways.
Who now left the platform for a specific reason that Elon Musk has created instability within it, we see something very interesting. The list of companies who have suspended advertising in totality seems to be diverse in a sense. But
Twitter for me was always a way of keeping track of game updates / news. I think people's experiences will vary quite a bit. Yeah, it's always been that, yeah.
Suspended ads includes various different names from various different industries, but it has a disproportionate number of car manufacturers on board. General Motors, Audi, Mazda, Porsche, Volkswagen, Ford, and now probably more, each with their own subsidiaries in tow, have all pulled their advertising. Why? Well, half of them are now developing electric vehicle alternatives to Tesla, and all of them compete with Tesla directly, so why not?
Oh,
there are actually many different reasons for this, including the fact that Twitter is, above all else, a data collection platform.
True, they're competing with Tesla, so they might not want to actually help Elon Musk make money. Damn.
Which has a tremendous amount of information on user behavior and advertising interactions. Why would you advertise on a social media that your competitor controls, who can then learn directly from every single ad spend you make about how to optimize their own sales based on user interactions with your products for free?
Yeah.
The Twitter acquisition was
That's a
predicated
great
on Elon
argument.
Musk's
I hadn't
own
thought of
personal
that.
Tesla stock as collateral. If Twitter falls apart, Tesla gets dragged down with it. Maybe not all the way down, but there will certainly be turbulence.
Yeah, and that's true. Tesla stock is the collateral to the Twitter buyout.
Is great for competitors. Musk might be forced to put up even more of his own personal stock as collateral if the price of Tesla declines.
Shit,
Twitter will now
that's
require a
actually
massive
huge.
amount of time and effort to optimize. It's chewing through capital like a wood chipper for numerous reasons. And with debt financing so closely intertwined between the two companies,
they have a huge incentive to try to make Twitter fail, and not buying ad space on it is the easiest fucking thing to do.
Means damaging Tesla to a degree, so why wouldn't they just cave to the outrage and pull all of their advertising? Actually, if it gets bad enough, I'm pretty sure that Elon Musk might lose control of Tesla. If the price declines far enough and he gets liquidated or has to put up more in collateral, I don't know, he could technically lose control of Tesla to a consortium of banks, or basically to just a bunch of institutional lenders, and that would be kind of crazy and probably destroy the company. Anyway, back on task for competing car manufacturers. They protect their own data, they might damage a competitor, they have plenty of other avenues to advertise on, no problem, and all of it is to their benefit with no downside. Maybe it's not a fully codified conspiracy per se, but it's
I hadn't thought of that. That's fucking
the
big
platform
brain.
is unraveling.
Spotting the conflict of
Elon Musk has now turned to for recouping all of this.
Spotting the conflict of interest with the car companies and the Tesla interest. Yeah.
There are even more examples of erratic behavior that are worthy of coverage here, but for the sake of length, I'll summarize. On a whim, Elon Musk overturned the rule that parody accounts that weren't properly labeled as parody would receive a warning before a suspension. This may not have been, but seems to be, a direct response to people now parodying his own account, and has resulted in numerous allegedly permanent suspensions of major users on the platform. And it all really kind of looks like he didn't like the fact that some people were parodying him, so he made this new rule and just nuked all of them. Here's another one. After asserting that activist organizations were tanking Twitter ad revenue, which is true, one of the people in the call with Elon Musk who discussed advertiser concerns recently replied. It was cordial, albeit critical, and yet Elon Musk just simply blocked him. What are his reasons? I don't know. But one thing is absolutely true here. Twitter is circling the drain, saddled with an unbelievable amount of debt.
This guy's ego is so fucking big. What's wrong with you? Can't act fucking professional. Jesus Christ. Look, I really, really want to defend Elon for one simple reason. I really, really want to defend him because people are so fucking brain dead sometimes when it comes to opposing him. Especially in those discussions. But goddamn, is this indefensible? It's just really fucking stupid, some of the stuff he's doing. I can't play devil's advocate. I can't, what am I supposed to say to that? He's close to doing it right,
the reason
right?
he's never been weaker than now is because
Restructuring the company and layoffs, I don't mind, as long as there's a plan behind that, of course. And the other thing that's really important is, you know, the subscription plan for the checkmark. There's a way he could have done it where it would have been actually a good addition to Twitter. It's not what he did.
You guys are making a logical argument.
Elon is a bit of a weirdo, but not a fascist. He's a normie trying to the best. Yeah. What would it have been? Well, the problem is he's using the same. The problem of the way I see it is he's using the checkmark that already means something. The checkmark means there was a verification process. So, like, I see two ways where he could have approached this. He could have created a Twitter Plus service where instead the checkmark stays and has the same role it already has, but then you add like a Twitter Plus service, or you make it the checkmark, but you keep the verification process. So you pay $8 and then $8 a month to keep it, but you still have to go through the verification process of like your real ID and government ID and all that stuff. I would have preferred this version. Like, just giving the checkmark for $8 is bad because that like allows anyone to get a checkmark without verification. You could still have verification. Not sure if you can get the checkmark without the verification process. That seems very wrong. It is the current state of things. All right, let's listen to Biden. Oh shit.
Well, we had an election yesterday.
Oh really? Damn, he remembered.
And it was a good day, I think, for democracy.